So where does the fault lie in your business? Someone hasn't done something. You missed out on a sale, on a quote, got declined, or never got sent, or never got followed up on. A key metric for your board meeting, or staff internal meeting, your meeting to your better half or your accountant or whatever, like key number you needed, didn't get done. Project didn't get finished. Where does the fault lie? And the answer is it could lie in various places. But normally what we do is we think and we go to the person and we say, why didn't you get this done? What's going on? And that's, from a research point of view, that's fair enough. But if you step back and you look at the whole system, even probably before you need to talk to the person, it's very, very likely that the fault lies with a process, or a lack of process, or a lack of execution of a process. And typically that lies with yourself as the person responsible for something which didn't get done. Even if it's someone else's responsibility and you're responsible for them, if you're responsible for the process in the business and you're the owner, that lies with you. So you really do have to look to yourself as the first port of call to assess where the responsibility lies. But how do you fix the problem? So there's two parts, peace bro. There's two parts to this. So the first part is understand the problem well, and you use the 5 whys. So it's a technique used by IBM to great success to get to the root cause analysis of a problem. And then you build up a system, which may be a meeting once a fortnight to address that item. It may be a regular process someone needs to execute at 2 p.m. Every Tuesday to follow up on quotes or follow up on customers. You implement a process. But that's only half the battle, because an implemented process rarely gets executed. Actually, it fucking never gets executed. So the way you make a process get executed is you need to have a regular 2-week sprint meeting to ensure, or like you plan your activities in 2 weeks. 2 weeks is really good. Check up halfway through. It's the ideal time frame to try and execute a little project, a bunch of activities, or to ensure processes are executed. So you start your 2-week planning session, you look back, see how you went, then you look forward. There's a bigger process around this, but the biggest benefit just comes from doing those 2-week sprints, because it's a short enough period to measure success. It's a quick enough period to change direction and improve something. So within 90 days, you're in a much, much, much better position. So we're not trying to, it's not like, business is not like a sprint. Like sometimes it feels like it, but business is a marathon. So it's a marathon of building up processes, and a process is successful if you don't have to touch it again. You set it up, it gets executed, you have a regular follow-up process to make sure it's executed. 2-week sprint. So you had an issue, you do the 5 whys, work out what's going on, and then you do your 2-week sprint. So you stop, you look back, work out what you did and what you didn't do in the last 2 weeks. You list all of the processes you're going to execute, when you're going to execute them, who's responsible, where it's going to happen. You do that, write that down, a little spreadsheet. Just 2 weeks, there's like probably 10, 20, 30 activities to be done, a name and their status. In progress, not started, completed. Do a checkpoint halfway through, and that's really good because that gives everyone an opportunity to complete something. If they've left something split, they know they've got an obligation, they've committed to something. It just gives them a reminder to sort of lift their head up a little bit, not down, just look up for a minute and plan out their week. So literally key step, work out what you're going to do, prioritize it, do the high value activities and block it in the calendar. If you do not block it in the calendar, it will not get done. So block it in the calendar and protect it like a female dog on heat. No, that's not wrong. Protect it like a female dog looking after their puppies. All right, yeah, I got completely wrong. So protect the asset, which is you and your time. Protect that time, and in 2 weeks, just run that for 4 weeks, so 2-week sprints, and you will find these issues which keep coming up and they feel like staff issues are really just process issues, and your staff are A's. Awesome. That's it. 2-week sprints, they rock.